Hello there, welcome to Target Radio Podcasts. Yes, we have a podcast for your ears. Every week here on the show, on our live shows that is, we try and get an interesting persons, artists, band members, music, poets, film playwrights. We even get, we'll try and get everyone. We'll try and get everyone that's interested in our genre of music that we portray here on Target Radio. So what we do is sit them down, we have a telephone interview, sometimes a live interview, and we discuss all things in their profession. So stay tuned here. This one is an absolute blast. You're going to love this, and I'll be back at the end to obviously, tell you what's coming up in the very near future. So I am the Pod Father. I will now tell you that this is Target Radio Podcasts. Don't forget to check us out on iTunes, and if you think we deserve it, don't forget to leave us a 5-star rating. That would be rather nice. Thank you very much indeed. So over to me, Cookie, and obviously to Andy Top Walker as well. And sit tight, and enjoy. This is Target Radio.
Dear God in heaven, please let this show go okay, with no major boobs or goofs, or is it goofs? Please don't let me tread all over the intros of records, or say a naughty word.
I listen to Sean Cook.
Oh, Sean Cook.
We'd like to say that, in our opinion, it is not suitable for children or for those of you who may have a nervous disposition.
Oh, Sean Cook.
And a very good evening. Welcome. I hope you're all feeling rather well. And today is Tuesday. It's the 30th of June. You know what that means, don't you? Tomorrow being the 1st of July. It's been over 100 days now for lockdown. How are you coping? It's not funny. Especially for those that haven't been out and now are allowed to go out. I'm really confused. Are you allowed out? You're allowed to stay in your bubble. You're allowed to stay out overnight as from the 4th of July. But only with one other person, but with two other families in a field somewhere up the road. Is that right? No. I'm confused, honestly. I really am. Anyway, what isn't confusing is that most, if not all businesses, will start to reopen as from Saturday. So, Perspex screens to outdoor queues. That's your pubs. Oh, I bet you're all looking for that first pint. Well, of course, if you're a lady, a glass of white wine or red wine, whatever tickles your fancy. For me, a long-awaited and very much overdue haircut. Oh my goodness me, I look like Neil from The Young Ones. That's why I daren't even do Facebook Live anymore. Honestly, we're all having a laugh at Boris Johnson's hairstyle. You want to see mine? It's even worse than that. Anyway, hopefully we'll lift your spirits this evening. We've got a brilliant band on with us later, around about 7:30, called Not Ned. So we're looking forward to speaking to the guys from them. That's Not Ned. I'm confused. Doesn't take a lot, though. I'll tell you what we are going to be doing, though. We're going to be playing some 5 music up till then. We got something from Stombox, the Spitfires, the Kinks, but of course, they're in disguise tonight. Here's The Who. Ah, what a great song. That was a jam, of course, with Set the House Ablaze. I would recommend it, though. Okay, on tonight's show, then, Not Ned. That means it is going to be Ned. I'm confused. We're going to find out why not Ned, and not just Ned. Apparently, the guys are sitting around Paul Taff Macey's house right now, sipping a nice, cool beer. Social distancing, of course, by at least 2 metres each. listening right now. So I'd just like to say hi to the boys. And we're going to get them on in about 20 minutes' time. Have a chat. Okay, I'd like to say I forgot to do it at the top of the show. Honestly, he'll be coming down from Scotland, he will. I'm talking about Mr. Tommy Clark and his third-class ticket show. Great show, by the way, mate. Love it. So how's your day been? Has it been good? Well, I got into work this morning, 2 a.m, and I was back at 5 a.m. this morning. I only done 3 hours. And you know, I'm more tired today than I have been in ages. What's that all about? Yeah. I went back to bed, but I got up so early and then I couldn't sleep. I thought, oh, for goodness, I might as well get up. And now I feel absolutely cream-crackered. And I've got to go into work tomorrow for a possible 8 or 9 hour day. Starting at 3 a.m. in the morning. Yes, there's 3 of them now. Oh, it's 2 anyway. It's 2. It's 2 3s in a 24-hour... Yeah, you know what I mean. I'm wobbling now. I'm waffling. I'm tired. Oh, I know what lift my spirits. Something from the Kings. And I love this one. Nice and lively. A bit of Victoria. Yeah, come on, move. Let's dance around the kitchen table if you've got one. If not, dance around the dog. Don't tread on his tail, though. Okay, just before we speak to Not Ned, I thought we'll have a little taster of what is to come. So we're going to play something on their brand new album here. And this one, hang on, I'm just getting the album here now because I've got a picture of me with the album. And they kindly sent me a badge as well. Thank you very much. This one is called Cat Got Your Tongue. I'm not sure, but we're going to have a listen to it. I just love the ending on that. That is absolutely fantastic. Now, I say this every single time. You know what I'm going to say. I just blooming hope it works. Okay, we're going to try and get hold of Paul, Taff, Macey. I know that Stephen Lee is with him. And I know they're sitting there drinking a couple of cold beers. Now, just before we press the voice call on the messenger, I just got to mention now, please, no naughty words like we had yesterday, okay? Otherwise, we'll have to send the naughty word person round and they will slap your knees. Here we go, then. We're ringing. Okay, is it ringing? Do we have Mr. Paul Taff Macey on the other end of this phone? Oh, you're not very loud. Hang on, I need to turn you up and turn me down a little bit. Do we have Paul Taff Macey on the other end?
That's better. How's that?
There we are. Hang on, you need one of these. Oh, we're not working, for goodness sake. Hang on, you need one of these. And I do need to turn myself down a little bit. Oh, my goodness me. No, not video chat. No, just we'll just do a normal chat there, Paul. There we go. How are you?
Yeah, good. Really good.
Excellent. Okay, can you speak a bit closer to the microphone, do you think? On your computer there? Is that better? Yeah. Get a bit closer. Yeah, you can get a bit closer. You don't need to social distance on a computer. You're fine. Right, it's 2 of you there, so I'm just going to go through the usual procedure. So we'll do you first, Paul, if I may. Okay. Oh, hang on a minute. What's going on there? There we go. Right. All buttons tonight, and I don't know what I'm pressing. Right, so we've got Paul Taff Macey here. Now, I just want to find out, you live in Manchester in the United Kingdom. Is that correct?
That's right, yeah.
Okay, married to Helen Macey. Is that right?
Yeah. Blimey, have you been going through my bins?
Yeah, I have, yes. And your religious views is you believe in yourself. Is that right?
Yeah.
Excellent. We've got the right Paul there. And we're going to go through your bins now, Stephen. Oh, my goodness me. What's that? Okay, you're a test bakery technologist at Warburton's. Is that right?
That's correct.
My goodness me. Yeah, we found some loaves of bread in there, yeah, and a dough. Right, okay. And you studied bakery studies at Tameside College, is that right?
That's correct, yeah.
Excellent. You're using your loaf then? I'm sorry. And you come from, you live in Manchester, from Denton in Tameside, is that right?
That's correct, yeah.
Oh, we might as well mention Emma O'Donnell as well. Married to her, is that right?
Absolutely.
Hey, there we go. And, I'm just going to clean myself down. While I'm doing that, I'll get the boys back in. Hang on. Oh, my goodness. You just don't know. There might be 2 Paul Taff Maceys and 2 Stephen Lees. You just don't know. I just got to make sure that we've got the right one. So you are 2 parts of a 3-part band called Not Ned. And Not Ned have gone on to say that they love the Arctic Monkeys, Oasis, the Killers, the Klaxons, Rolling Stones, Stereophonics, and so on and so forth. Brilliant. And you could hear that in that first track, actually, which was absolutely fantastic. Love the guitaring at the end there. Who's responsible for that?
That's me, thank you very much.
Who's me? You have to tell me who me is. Excellent, lovely. I like it, it's lovely. Will you stop messaging me, please? They always do that. When I'm live on air, they message me. Why? Why'd you do that? It's naughty, and it makes funny beeping noises. We don't need them. Right, okay, so you're an indie rock and roll band, is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. What would you say makes you sort of a more sort of an indie rock and roll rather than just an indie band, then?
I don't know, I suppose it's most of our influences. We do have some quite rock and roll more numbers than the standard indie, but we also have a few like progressive punk songs as well, so it's a bit of a mixed bag, really.
Yeah. I mean, I heard that in that first track. I mean, it does sort of, it sort of really sort of gets to a fever pitch on the first track there, which was Cat Got Your Tongue. Was that meant to be that way, or was it sort of? I'm not saying it's sped up, but it felt like it was speeding up a little bit in the middle section there.
Absolutely. We have a few slow ones, we have a few fast ones. I mean, Mother Junkie's another quite funky one that's really fast.
Yeah. Okay, lovely. Now, obviously, to find you guys, www.not-ned.com. Is that still the right webpage?
That's it, yeah. And at the top
Excellent.
of there, you have links to our social media as well, and of course the stores, so you can buy our music and merchandise.
There we are, and there's there's a nice picture of the 3 of yous there. So, right, so if I'm looking at this picture as I'm looking at it now, and obviously, who's the one on the far left?
That's me, that's Steve.
There we are, Steve. Hello, Steve. You're not even looking at the camera, for goodness sake. Didn't you hear him say cheese?
We're kind of too cool for school, aren't we?
Oh, that's a rock and roll thing, isn't it? And who's a gentleman with his hands in his pockets in the middle there?
That's me, the drummer.
Well, where else would you put your hands, really, you know?
Yeah.
And I take it that's...
I'm getting in trouble otherwise, so I have to keep them in my pockets.
Why not, indeed. And the one that's missing in action tonight, that's your bass player. Who's that?
That's Chris.
And where's Chris tonight? He's not down the pub already, is he? He's not waiting outside.
No, he got an anal bleaching appointment. So, when you've got to change your ringtone, you've got to change your ringtone.
Absolutely. Definitely. That's enough of that. Right.
I'm joking. He's busy with work.
Of course, yeah. No, that's okay. No problems at all. So,
It's his fault for not being here. So.
Well, it's his fault, yeah. We'll blame him completely. I mean, if he's at work, he's not tuned in anyway, for goodness sake. So, Not Ned, then. Who sort of, come up with the name, and what's the name actually, does it refer to anything?
We're from a little part of Manchester called Denton.
Okay.
And if you say Denton backwards, you get Not Ned.
Of course you do. Of course you do. There it is. Yes. My goodness me.
So many people are asking us, who's Ned?
Yes.
And we're like, what are you on about? Who's Ned?
Well, it's a double entendre, really. Basically, Not Ned means it's not Ned. So obviously, Ned's nothing to do with it, really, is it? When you look at it that way. Yeah. But Denton, yeah, of course, yeah. There you go. We've had a countdown moment.
Yeah. I mean, the hardest thing about being in a band is actually picking a name for the band.
Do you know? I've heard that a few times. Yeah.
We went through so many different names. Okay. And it was only when we got booked to play Manchester Academy.
Okay.
And I was on the phone to the guy, and he said, "Can you do this? Can you do that?" And we said, "Yeah, not a problem. We can do anything you want." And he said, "Great." He said, "Last question. What's the name of your band?" And I thought, we've not actually got that far yet. So, I mean, we talked about it, and somebody had mentioned Not Ned, and that was the first thing that came to my head. So that was it. Stuck then.
That is brilliant, though, isn't it? That is fantastic. Okay, tell us a little bit about Not Ned, then. How long have you guys been going, and what is Not Ned all about?
I'd say probably about 10 years. As the original lineup, there's a 5-piece originally, and then we've dwindled down slowly to a 3-piece. So me and Taff are the only two surviving original members.
Okay.
We got Clifton about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, yeah, okay, and obviously, do you share the passion of music with Not Ned, or is it sort of a mutual agreement that you're going to go down this sort of genre of music?
I think it's our passion, really. I mean, I tend to go away, write a song, put the chords to it, and rhythm and everything, and then we come to the room and it just turns into whatever it turns into, really.
Yeah, Steve writes all the songs, he tells us how it's meant to go, and then we play it and it ends up totally different.
Of course, yeah. It never goes according to plan. So, obviously, songwriting, Steve, is it down to you solely, or do you sort of like welcome sort of added lines and extra help, in your songwriting?
Yeah, I mean, lyrics tend to be pretty much set in stone, but another bits, we always find like putting middle eights in and bits like that, so the structure of the song can change anyway, really, once we get into the studio and start playing.
Of course, yeah, absolutely. And I mean, obviously, when you put sort of like pen to paper, I mean, are you old school when it's pen to paper, or are you more sort of, iPhones and computers and tablets and things now, or?
Originally pen to paper, then I type it up so to remember it and not lose it.
And when did your...
You've got a special box of crayons just for writing.
Oh, that's it. That's fantastic. Mind you can't rub them out, though, can you, crayons? They make an awful mess. Oh, my goodness. So, when you're coming down to writing a song, let's just go with Cat Got Your Tongue, because obviously we've played that. We will go through each track as well, and we'll find out a little bit more about each one. But when we play Cat Got Your Tongue, obviously, as I said, it's fast-moving. Cat Got Your Tongue, obviously, a familiar phrase, a saying. But how do you start a song? How do you get the lyrics? How do you get the tune behind it?
Well, it's weird. I started playing some chords. That's one of the most silly ones that I wrote. And it's about people like having arguments on a night out. So when you go out on a night out, you see couples arguments or people fight in the streets. It was kind of like about that, really, more than anything else.
Okay. Did that sort of inspiration come from, I Predict a Riot?
That's before that, I think.
Oh, okay, so they stole it from you then. Well, I'll have a word with the Kaisers later. Right, okay.
There's an Arctic Monkeys song, isn't there, where he says they were fighting in a taxi rank.
Yes.
It was when they went to the bank.
Yes. Oh, right, okay.
Theme, that.
Oh, why not? Why not, indeed? I mean, I like it. It's the first one I played, and I've played it a couple of times, obviously, in the CD player, obviously in the car and stuff, because that's what I do.
You jammed in then, you can't get it out.
Well, it got jammed in. I'd use butter and everything to get the thing out. It wouldn't come out. I mean, you've got a little notch on there. Once you put in, you cannot take it out, but you can play it all day long. So I see where you're coming from, but I managed to get it out with a sharp knife and lots of butter. So we're going to play track 2 in a second, but Not Ned, Every Cloud. Okay, so this, it says on here, it's for promotional use only. So are you releasing it, or has it been released?
Yeah, it's released on every download platform now, so you can download it from anywhere you want. It's on Amazon, Alexa, you name it.
Excellent.
But we've just had 100 made up to send out to start the radio station's playing it, really, I suppose.
Of course, yeah. I mean, I don't know if we're late to the party or anything like that, but better late than never, as I call it anyway. So, now, the second track on here is Where Did You Go? Well, I'm not telling you, social distancing and everything, but what's the track about?
Well, it's an interesting story behind this one.
I love a good story. Go for it.
There's nothing to do with the actual lyrics, but...
well, why not?
I was in the practice room one night, and there's a lovely young lady.
It's quite a small, intimate practice room.
Okay.
It's proof, but not smell proof. And I'd eaten something exotic.
Ah, right, okay.
The small lady runs the place to me. She walked in, and then she took a smell and walked straight back out again.
Yes, where did you go? I like it, yes. Right, if anyone's eating their tea or dinner or whatever, I mean, we have this debate quite often. Is it tea or is it dinner? I suppose if you're further sort of north of Watford, I suppose it's tea, isn't it? Is it tea in your house?
Yeah.
Tea at 5 o'clock onwards. We call it dinner down here in the south. Right, okay, let's have a little listen. We're only going to play about 30 seconds or so, but is it okay with you guys?
Yeah, go for it.
Fantastic. Here we go then. This is Where Did You Go? After a very meaty curry. Stop it! Now, I thought it might have been a little faster than that, to be fair, because obviously of the smell. But it's nice. It paces nicely, and it's got a nice, crisp sound to it. Is that what you guys were aiming for when you were producing this?
Yeah, and then, of course, you want something a bit heavier than when you get to a chorus, so it's like that's where we kick in with some distortion and turn the levels up.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Let's see if we can find it. What, are we nearly there? Are we nearly at that distortion bit? Let's have a listen. Now, it's a shame that we haven't got our bass player here this evening, because there's some really good heavy bass there, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a nice little bass part as well.
A nice bass solo, and then Steve kicks in with his guitar solo over the top of it.
Right, okay, well, we've just whetted appetites there, because obviously I'm not going to play the whole track, because people with tape recorders might be taping it.
If they want to listen to it, you can find it on... Is it on YouTube, Spotify?
No, don't tell them. They're going to have to buy the album, okay? Just tell them to buy the album. That's the easiest way of doing it. Make a few shekels. Come on, that's what it's all about. Okie dokie. So, yeah, free band piece. Sorry about this. I'm very echoey this evening. I've no idea why. I need to turn this down a little bit and turn you guys up a little bit more from this end. Right, that sounds a little better now, I think. Yep. Right, okie dokie. So, obviously, looking at the website now on notned.co.uk, .com, I do apologise. You've got a few videos there. Who does your videos for you?
A guy I met on Facebook.
Okay.
Dave Jones. Dave Jones? Yeah, I'm sure his name's Dave Jones. If he's listening, I apologise. But yeah, he came to my house, which is where we recorded the Pick Up the Phone video.
Okay, yeah.
And then we had him planned to do the second video, which was Muck Around. But unfortunately, with the COVID situation, we couldn't all get together.
No, of course not, no.
So we had some footage from Steve's 40th birthday. We all went to Chester and behaved ourselves.
Of course you did, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Got some footage of that.
Yep.
But again, we didn't have enough footage for the whole video. Yeah. So somebody can't handle his beer. So
are we going back to that? Where did you go again?
So we Dave had the idea of splicing it with videos off the internet of just drunk people falling over. So it works really well. It's a really funny video. So
fantastic.
So go check it out. It's really good.
Indeed, yeah. Go and have a look at it. It's on the notned.com. I mean, obviously, all the links are coming from the Facebook page as well. So check out Not Ned. Please stop it. Not Ned on the Facebook. Just write in Not Ned, and it takes you to all the links that you ever need to find out more about this magnificent band. It's great. I actually love it, and it's so simple. I mean, obviously, I was racking my brain thinking Not Ned, and I was thinking Mr. Ed, Ned. And I was just trying to think of everything. And when you look at it, it's so simple. Denton backwards. Oh, for goodness sake. Yeah. Oh,
it's a large D at the end, which is why.
Yes, of course it is. Oh, it just makes it so much easier now. I mean, looking at it now, it's so it throws itself out to you. Obviously, you've got a little space there. Absolutely. So, before we get into the next track, then, guys, how has the lockdown affected you? I mean, obviously, you can't go out and play as a band at the moment. So, what have you guys been doing whilst you've been sort of in this sort of 100-day lockdown? Going forward.
I've really missed band practice, and sometimes jokes at me the hood. But it's really weird because we was in lockdown for ages, wasn't it? For so long before we even started going back to work because Taff worked all the way through.
Yeah, I've not had any time off.
No, you and me both actually.
For a few weeks, but I've been back in for about the last 6 weeks now.
Yeah.
But it's been strange. But there's been a lot of walks and playing guitar in the garden and pondering.
Well, do you know, the number one, what I looked at the other day about the number one thing whilst people were actually at home in lockdown and etc. was to learn a new instrument. Has any of you guys learned a new instrument whilst you've been in lockdown?
No, but we bought a dartboard, so we've got a dart player now.
Oh, there you go. We might even see you on the circuit one day. 180! There we go.
I'm a drummer, but I do play guitar.
Oh,
and
right.
I thought, while we're not doing anything,
yeah.
So I picked my guitar up,
yeah,
drummed it once, and one of the machine heads snapped, so I can't use it.
Wow. I think they call that Sod's Law, don't they?
Yeah, we've been sat there staring at a broken guitar.
Oh, for goodness. And you can't get it repaired. I suppose you could get, get all the parts from sort of, online web shops and things like that. But obviously it's getting it repaired and doing it, isn't it?
Yeah.
My guitar dropped the weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so we spoke about Pick Up the Phone. Obviously, there's a couple of great videos there, because I saw an acoustic version of a video as well. So whose idea was that?
It was my idea because, Taff, the drummer.
Yeah.
I said to Steve, I said, look, we need to put a few more videos on Facebook just to get people's interest.
Of course, yeah.
So I said, Steve, just do that acoustically and I'll record it on my phone. But Steve doesn't like doing things acoustically. He gets a bit shy.
Aww.
So we're lucky to have that one.
Oh yeah. No worries there. No, it's good. I actually have a little breeze on it. I mean, obviously you can see it's done from a phone. That doesn't enhance the quality of it. It's very, very good. I mean, obviously from a phone's point of view, it's not a professional piece of kit. But I'll tell you now, you can actually do something really good with these mobile phones now. They are so good. I do apologise about all these noises. It's part of another group, and they won't be quiet. They know I'm on the radio. I've told them, and they said, Anyway, so right, I'll tell you what, I'm going to turn you guys down, which turns the messenger down for a second. And we'll have a listen to this one. And this one is called Pick Up the Phone, ladies and gentlemen. Now that one is a little softer, isn't it, in regards to the first two tracks there, so it sort of quietens down a little bit there, doesn't it, guys?
Yeah, it's a bit of a love song, that one.
It is, yeah. I mean, all over the phone as well. Why not? So what's your musical inspirations then? We'll start with yourself there, Paul. Oh, here we go again. What's your musical inspirations? What sort of made you want to become a drummer and a musician?
Well, since I was a little kid, I wanted to be a drummer.
Okay.
But I was never allowed a drum kit. And then when I moved out of my dad's house and lived with a girl, and I thought, great, now's the opportunity to get a drum kit.
Yes.
And she said, no, you're not having a drum kit.
No.
So I said, okay, I'll have a guitar. So I bought a guitar.
I broke that.
Then I moved to Manchester because I'm originally from South Wales.
Right. Obviously, the Taff bit gave it away. I don't know what that was. Yeah.
Moved to Manchester.
Yeah.
And there were some guys playing in a band, and I said I play guitar, and they said, "Oh, well, we really need a bass player." So I thought, I'll buy a bass. I can do that. So I played bass.
Yep.
And then I joined a rugby club, and a few of my mates in the rugby club, they had a band. And I said, "Oh, I could play guitar and bass." And they said, "Oh, well, we really need a drummer." It's fate. So that was it. I went and bought a drum kit, and that was it.
That's it, yeah.
So I played with them for a while, and then I was in work one day, and Steve said, "Oh, if you play drums, do you mind filling in while we get a permanent drummer in our band?"
Right.
And I'm still filling in.
Well, there we go. Go. I think the job's yours now.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah. I mean,
I know he lives.
Yes, you've done your YTS. Right, lovely. And yourself, Steve, how did you sort of get into music?
I probably through my dad's mixtape. So every holiday, every time we went to the car, there was always a mixtape in there with like the Rolling Stones,
sure,
you name it. So
Jimi Hendrix.
Jimi Hendrix, Led Zeppelin. So my dad used to go to all the old gigs in the 60s and 70s with an old tape recorder and film all the gigs.
Well, that's very naughty, but very inspirational for you. Yeah, it's good for you.
The crazy thing was, in 1973, he recorded Led Zeppelin live in Manchester.
Oh!
A couple of years ago, there's a group of people got in contact with asking if anybody had any footage, and my dad had it, but he released it as a CD.
Oh.
They had to release it eventually, so...
Fantastic. Now, being this is a tea time show, where did he hide the tape recorder?
I have no idea.
No. I'm just hoping that the word you could use inside inner jacket or something like that. Thank goodness that you. Thank goodness that you. Thank goodness you got the point there. Brilliant. Oh my goodness me! So something he done very naughtily paid off in the end.
Yeah, I mean, he never made anything from it. He was just glad he had it. He could actually help people out. He wanted footage kind of thing. But then from that, I thought when I was about 15, I thought, you know what, I'm going to teach myself guitar, so I just bought a guitar.
Yeah.
When I was at high school, I played lead trumpet in a jazz band.
Oh, right, okay.
And I thought, you know what, I'll teach myself guitar, that's cool.
So how did you do that then? Because obviously I'm not trying to cast aspersions on age and things, but I take it that YouTube videos and things like that weren't around at the time that you picked up a guitar.
No, so basically, I was massively into Oasis at the time, so I thought, right, I bought a guitar. I knew the Oasis songs off by heart in my head anyway, so I just started to learn chords, and then eventually you can work out which chords they were actually playing, and then I went up from there, really.
Right, so you just played really by ear and sound.
Yeah, and that's how I learned to play trumpet, to be fair, as well. It's all just by ear, so I used to play lead trumpet, so it's all solo stuff.
No, trumpet was in your mouth, not in your ear.
That's where he's been going wrong all these years. Very good. And what about yourself? Who taught yourself Paul, who taught you to play, obviously, the multiple instruments that you've obviously listed just previous?
Again, we'll have to blame Noel Gallagher for that.
Okay.
He writes simple songs, and they're simple chords. And you just get the chord diagrams, learn the chords, and then you've learnt the song.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah, it's absolutely true. But I'll go back to the the simplicity of your name, Not Ned. You know, obviously looking at it now, it is so simple, but it's going with simple songs. I mean, the Beatles songs all very, very simple, but look how successful they were.
But you'll find it's the simple songs are the hardest ones to play.
I've heard that. I've heard that so many times. I don't play.
Yeah.
I'd love to play. I have got a guitar, and I've said this many, many times, that one day I'll actually learn to play it. I've just got it sat there in the corner of the room, gathering lots of dust and taking up lots of valuable room in my studio. But I won't get rid of it because it's a challenge for another day. But that another day never comes at the moment.
It's a personal thing. If you enjoy playing it, you know, regardless of the noise you make.
Yes, of course, yeah.
It, you know.
Well, the first time I picked it up, obviously I got it for a present, and I strummed it, and at the same time we had a power cut, and my son, who was about 7 or 8 at the time, was absolutely convinced that it was down to me having a power cut in the whole of the street. And it was coincidental. Absolutely, yeah. I turned it up to 11. I thought, right, let's give it some welly, and I think I got me fingers down to about 4 of the 6 strings, and it just went completely dead. I thought, oh my god, I've broken it already, but I realised it was an actual national power, a local power cut or regional power cut.
When I first started to play guitar, I was playing on a guitar that my dad had, and he was left-handed. And I'm right-handed.
Okay.
So I had to play a left-handed guitar right-handed, so what the chord patterns were the wrong way around for me.
Of course, yes. Yeah, of course. I mean,
I right-handed guitar myself and finally learned that way.
Well, do you know something? I mean, it wasn't until I started doing these interviews many, many years ago, I'm talking about maybe about 4 or 5 years ago now, that someone actually said to me, oh, you know, obviously talking about the Beatles and everything like that, and it was only then I discovered that Paul McCartney was left-handed.
Yeah.
How about that? Now, I didn't even look at that, because obviously you're so intrigued with the music, especially obviously when the Fab Four were, you know, in their black and white suits and stuff, that you didn't note that his guitar was facing the other way. I didn't realise.
When you see a picture on stage, they look symmetrical because you got one guitar going the other way and one going the other.
Exactly, but you didn't realise it. I didn't see it until someone pointed it out. I went, oh my god, I've been looking at the Beatles videos for years. I love the Beatles, you know. And I never noticed it before, but that's really quite strange. Right, okay, let's go back to your CD then that you sent over to me, which I really, really appreciate, even though I now got it out of the CD player. Now, this one's called No Regrets. So tell us a little bit about No Regrets, guys.
Right, so this one's a very happy song about a tragic car crash in which somebody died.
Right. That's a contradiction straight away in terms, but go for it.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just something that I wrote one night really, and I thought, you know what, it just kind of came, and I really like the lyrics in this song as well, because there's one lyric where it's proud of the stars and like the pavement, and the twinkle from like red to blue to white. There's obviously the sirens and the ambulances and things.
So imagine all the smashed glass on the floor.
Yep.
You know, and all the sirens lighting up the glass. You know, it's a really, you know, it's a pretty sight, but obviously it's a car crash, so it's not that good.
No, indeed. Let's have a little listen.
So listen to your problems and never say goodbye to those loved.
So what you've got really in basic terms, then you've got a real sort of powerful story there, and you've put music to it, really.
Yeah. Also, as well, if you listen to the bass drum on it, my thought behind that was having the guy's heartbeat, and then at the end of the song, it fades off.
Okay, right. I'll tell you what we'll do then. We'll whilst we're talking about that, I'm going to pause it there, and I'm going to stick it there and see if I can actually get that sort of like round to the back end of it and see if we can hear it. What do you reckon? About 15 seconds at the back end?
Yeah.
Okay, let's just rewind that back a little bit. Funny what you can do now with CD players, isn't it? Right. Okay, here we go then. We're just going to do that. Yeah, just heard that at the end. You know, the bass, as you say, the bass drum, and then it just obviously faded out with the.
Machines in the hospital.
Yes, of course. Yeah, I like that. That's good. Very, very initiative. You know, it using imagination there, and you're drawing your audience in, obviously, with the story and the music as well, which is rather interesting. So, who comes up with these ideas and these concepts?
Well, I quite like the opening line is what goes through my mind as I propel through the window, and that goes back to a joke with what goes through a bee's mind when it hits the windscreen.
Yes, we know the answer to that one.
Yeah, we all know the answer to that.
Yes, we'll go back to track number 2 again, aren't we, for goodness sake? Oh, my goodness. Everything leads back to track 2, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. So, I can see that. And what sort of made you wanted to write a story about something so tragic, which really works quite well for a song?
You see it so much. I remember being a kid on a coach holiday in Spain, and literally we missed his first coach.
Yeah.
Got on the next one, and that first coach actually crashed with quite a few people, and there was obviously it's a good hour before we left, and so there was already 40 bags on the road by then. So it's I don't know, it's things you experience and can see, and then you see it on the news all the time, don't you? It's
okay, right. Excellent answer. I've gone a bit echoey again here now. Right, okay. Sorry about this. I'm just going to have to press a couple of buttons here. I've no idea why I keep going echoey. Okay, right. So that was No Regrets. The next track on here, we've got Mother Junkie. Now, I'm worried about this one because we've got a radio edit here. So obviously the original one possibly wasn't great for the radio. Is that right?
Yeah, there was one naughty word in there.
Yeah, there's one swear word in it. But we've bleeped it out for the CD.
Oh, excellent, lovely. We'll have a little listen to it. Just play the first sort of like 30 seconds of it. I'm already headbanging. Now this seems so angry. Am I right? It's a great track, though. I mean, it really sort of powers in straight away, doesn't it?
Yeah, the end of it as well. We got the guitarist at the end.
You sort of leave the best bits to the end, don't you? You just want me to pause that, get that over, and then rewind it back a bit more. I think that's what you keep doing it for goodness sake. Hang on, I'm just going to do that for you. Right, okay, so Mother Junkie, whose idea was this, and what's it about, please?
Right, well, it's a funny Steve, of course, and there was a film a while ago written by Paul Abbott, the singer that did Shameless.
Oh, right, yeah.
With Chief Knight. And there was a character in that film, which was this mother who was also a heroin addict.
Right.
So it originally came from watching that. So I thought, that's something good to write about that. And then it just kind of like came about. What's really interesting is whenever we play it live, a lot of people think we're saying Rubber Ducky. And they come up to us and say, "Oh, you love that Rubber Ducky song?" And it's like, no, it's not Rubber Ducky.
Yes, I think I've got that one. Right, okay, obviously there's not a radio edit when you're out there.
No, he's not.
No.
It took time to answer that one. Right, okay, here we go then. We're going to play the ending of this one, okay? So here we go.
Just another junkie. It's just another junkie.
Oh, that's very sexy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I do like that. That is very, very good. And I have heard that. I just couldn't replace it because obviously I've only heard the album, I think, once, the whole entirety on my way to one of my drops because that's what I do for a living. So I get to hear a lot of great music. But unfortunately, because I hear so many, it's very hard to place everything in one go, especially when you're driving as well. But I like that. That's good. Lovely. And right, so when you get down to sort of like brass tacks and everything, who decides where the music's placed on the album? Because obviously it's not a concept album as such, it's not a story to tell. Each track has obviously got its own merits. So how do you place each track onto an album?
But it's interesting that because we just sat down in the practice room and we played them in different orders, and we thought, yeah, we'll put that one there, and
yeah,
we'll finish up soft at the end. So I think we've got East of You to be last song, or maybe Always Be Around. I think.
Yeah, we didn't want to bunch all the heavy ones and then have a load of soft ones. It's kind of like a roller coaster. You want your ups and your downs, and you want your surprises at the end.
Yeah. That's fine. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, you don't want to blow everybody away in the first 10 minutes, and then everybody gets pumped for it, and then you say, right, it is 5 soft songs.
It's a bit of a lull, isn't it? Then obviously, yeah, I can understand it. So you want a sort of like a roller coaster of emotion. So you want something heavy in your ear holes, and then something gentle on the nerves, especially after they've been shot to pieces.
You also know that when it calms down, you know that there's another one coming. So
that's true. Yeah.
You need a sort of a hook as well to keep the gauge up.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Lovely. I'm just going through your photos at the moment, and what's this I see here on Stephen Lee's one? That lots of garden pictures here, and lots of school sort of. What is this? Is this some sort of summer fete that you went to?
I'm not sure actually. A lot of it's probably in the garden.
Most of it is, yeah. Most of it is.
The gig we did where we gave away the sunglasses.
Oh, yeah, we did a gig. We played at a local village fete in Horton Green, which is near us, but we also One World Festival in New Mills.
Yeah.
Okay.
And was due to be a few other gigs like that this year. I think one of them's been postponed to August now, which is in Buxton.
Right.
So we're just waiting to see what happens with that. We've had quite a few gigs cancelled this year, sadly.
Of course, yeah, and obviously no one anticipated this coronavirus hitting us and hitting us hard as well. And obviously, I think the entertainment and the music and live performances are probably going to be one of the last things to sort of get back to normal. If we are to have a normal sort of way of life again, I suppose. But
we've been provisionally booked for Lights Turn On this year because we played it last year and they really liked us. So we just kind of hope things might get sorted out by then. You never know.
Absolutely. Now, Steve, you're a family man, so obviously got children?
Yeah, I've got a daughter and a son.
There they are. I can just see them there. They're all waving at the camera on the pictures there. Go on, do you want to name them, shame them?
Yeah, so I've got Jordan, so she's 20 this year.
Wow.
And then my son Ben, he's 9 this year.
Oh, my goodness me. There they are. Oh, lovely. And let's go through Paul's... oh, dear. Let's go through Paul's wonderful picture collection. I've got to be honest with you. What on earth is that one? Mario Brothers?
Yeah, that's... that was a fancy dress party at the rugby club. So
are you sure? Are you absolutely sure of that one, yeah?
Yeah. I do like dressing up. Not that way.
No, we did that previous. We can't mention that on the radio. Yeah, we can't mention that bit on the radio. I'm sorry, but we can't mention your dressing up bit. Right, okay. And do you like roller coasters?
I love roller coasters.
I thought you did because there's a picture of you in front of a huge roller coaster there. Which one was that?
That's probably the big one in Blackpool.
The Pepsi Max, or is it still called that? Is it still called Pepsi Max, or?
I don't think it is now. No, I think because they lost the sponsorship for it. I think so. They just call it the big one now.
The big one. I've actually been on that, and it is very, very big. It used to be the biggest in Europe. I don't know if it is now. So, when's the last time you went on that?
A while ago. Since I've had children, you can't do the things that you used to do. You have to sit quietly on the beach and just.
Oh my goodness me! No, they're great.
Yeah.
It's lovely looking through, obviously your profile and things like that, because you can just pick out things and have a little bit of a giggle with it and stuff like that. It's really amazing. But thank you for sharing those. Obviously, you share them with everyone. But no, that's fantastic. And you've got children as well, Paul? Yeah.
Yeah, I've got 3.
Wow, you've been a busy man. Give them a little plug. Go on, give them a little shout out.
Neve, she's 7.
Yep.
Iris is 5, and Henry is 3.
Oh, what a great name, Henry! Oh, what a fantastic name! And is that the one sticking his tongue out there on your profile back picture?
He is, yeah.
He's a cheeky one.
Yeah, he's trying to get the 3 of them to smile at the same time. So 2 out of 3 isn't bad.
That's 2 or 3 ain't bad. There you go. There's an idea for a song title.
Yeah, I think Meatloaf beat us to it.
I think someone else really has beaten you to it, definitely. Okay, let's go on to the next one then. And this one, as we are mucking about a bit with your profile pictures and stuff, neatly into this one then. And this is called Muck Around. I'll play this one and then we'll find out a bit more about it at the other end of it. Okay, here we go! I've got to be honest with you, the first time I heard that, and I'm going to be completely honest, that's what I'm always about, I just thought an in-tune Sex Pistols.
Well, it's funny you should say it, because originally it wasn't going to be Muck Around, but we thought, we'll never play it on the radio, but call it something else, so...
Of course, yeah. Okay, there we go, leave that there. We're part of that quite neatly there. I like that, it's great, because it's not a very sensible song, it's just, a go-to song, I suppose. It's a great song, though, it's just, it's all there, isn't it, really?
We felt like it's more like a party song, it's a proper...
Yeah.
When it goes crazy and...
Yeah.
And that's the one with the video of all the drunk people falling over. So it goes really well. It's really good.
Brilliant, lovely. And who thought of the concept of that one then?
Well, it's weird the video came about.
Well, both, yeah. I mean, the music and the video as well. I mean, the videos, I suppose, lends itself to the lyrics of the song, but yeah.
I wrote the song before, you know what do we like doing the most? What we really do is to make the music video. That'd be a great night out there.
Oh, that'd be fantastic, wouldn't it, eh? That would be fantastic. I mean, all those Harry Hill moments, I mean, you wouldn't have to play anymore. Just get them 250 quid, keep sending them in. It'd be great.
Yeah.
So, when obviously you're out on tour, I mean, obviously that's not going to happen for a little while yet, I'm so sorry to say, but when you were out on tour, I mean, what's the best thing and the worst thing, I mean, collectively as a band, do you look forward to and possibly hate the most?
The thing that I hate is having to drive home.
Of course.
With 2 drunk people sat in the van. It really annoys me.
One of my favourite bits is the game of Tetris we have, trying to get all the equipment back in the van at the night, drunk.
Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously, we've heard all of the tales about the drum kits sliding about in the back of a Ford Transit van and things like that, up and down the motorway and stuff. Is that true of yourselves as well?
It's absolutely fact, seriously. It's like we just about get it all in.
And then, obviously, there's 2 more of you all in the van as well. So, where do you sit? Do you sit there and hold it all together, or what?
Steve has to sit near the window because I was driving home one night.
Yeah.
And I thought we were having a quite an intelligent conversation,
okay,
considering how much Stephen had drunk. And then all of a sudden, Steve just stopped talking and started winding down the window.
Frantically.
Yeah. I've never seen anybody wind a window down that fast and then stick his head out and throw up all down the side of the van.
Oh, my goodness me. Well, I'll tell you the amusing story about that. I was driving home on one evening and I had a collective of sorts of people. Now, I don't really drink, so I was named the driver for the evening. I mean, I only usually have a Guinness, which is, well, as far as I'm concerned, liquid nourishment. It's not alcoholic. So I had 1 or 2 Guinnesses and I was quite happy and able to drive home. and the other 3 lads that I was with me on one occasion, we were driving back, I think it was from South London actually, and we had the windows open, we had the music blaring as you do. And it was a lovely evening, about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. Lovely evening, nothing on the road, which was lovely for the M25, as a rarity. And one of my colleagues at the back said, one of my friends said, "Is it raining?" I went, "No. It is, it's raining, I can feel it on my face." Little did we know that my co-passenger, who was absolutely blinding drunk, was being sick out the window, and it was going through the back windows, spraying, obviously, a technicolor sort of rain on the 2 back passengers, who were oblivious to it because they were both that drunk as well, and they just thought it was raining. I never did tell them. It wasn't my car either, so I didn't care. Anyway, I want you to be mine. No, I'm not trying to chat you up. That's the next track. So, shall we play it and have a little listen and then find out a little bit more about it? And knowing you guys, it probably comes in very fast and hard, so I'm going to bring it in gradually. See, I knew. I've got to tell you, on this track, you can hear the drums in this one, Paul, and they're very heavy as well, aren't they?
Yeah, I don't like playing the same thing over and over, so I always try, with the next song, I always try and do something different to the song before it.
Yes, of course, and you can hear that quite evidently in this track as well. I mean, they're really pounding these ones, aren't they? They're really pounding drums, and it really goes with the song as well. So what's the song about then?
So, late 90s, in nightclubs in Ashton-under-Lyne.
Yep, carry on, sorry.
Yeah, you just trying to chat birds up?
Basically, yeah.
Well, it's obviously word, you got married. It worked in the end. Oh, fantastic. There we go. Quite simple. Simple song again, and it's got some real heaviness to it as well. Would you always wanted a track to be really heavy?
Well, let's just play about it to start with, and it's like, I think part of the influence for that one was like Jet, You Be My Girl.
Yeah.
So I thought, let's have it a bit heavier. Try and get some good licks in there as well, and some catchy riffs, I suppose.
Of course, yeah, absolutely. Now, obviously, you're sort of going down that sort of heavy sort of avenue there as well. So, would you say that's sort of more sort of leaning towards the sort of punk rock genre there?
Yeah, I mean, I do like the distortion. I play a Gibson SG, Marshall staff, so I do love the distortion. But then sometimes I do like to see gentle stuff as well. So I think most of the newer stuff I'm tend to be writing now seems to be a bit more on the gentler side. Then probably what'll happen then is we'll get it into the studio and we'll turn it up.
Yeah, let me loose on it. I'll sort that out.
There it is. Now, 2019 was a good year for you guys. Tell us why.
I don't know, something just clicked for some reason. We started pushing our stuff on the social media a lot more, and then from that we started getting bookings left, right, and centre. And before that, it was kind of like drying up quite a bit, wasn't it?
We got stuck in a rut of turning up, practicing, playing the same songs, going home, and not doing anything.
Yeah.
And then we met another musician, and he was saying, "Oh yeah, I'm on the radio, I'm doing this, I'm doing that," and we just thought we can do that.
Of course, you can. Yeah, absolutely.
Let's do it. And like I said, so we got the CD done, sent it out to as many people as we can, booked as many gigs as we could.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate for the COVID thing, but to 2020 was. I mean, my calendar at the minute just got a load of big red X's on it.
I know, it's horrible, isn't it? It's absolutely horrible. Yeah.
Yeah. It's, what could have been, but there you go. We're all in the same boat.
Well, how I look at it is, you're just going to be, twice as busy next year in 2021, which is, obviously everyone's looking at 2020 as being a sort of like a really unique year. It's obviously, 2020 obviously a repeat of itself, and everyone thought it's going to be such a great year, me included. I thought, 2020 is going to be the year of everything that we're going to accomplish here at Target Radio, and even though it's not affected us a great deal, it still has a little bit, because obviously we can't go out, we can't review live work and video it and interview bands as they're coming off all hot and sweaty and hoarse and everything else, saying, "Oh, what a great gig," and all of that. We can't get that sort of the vibe from it, obviously, we can only sort of imagine what it would have been like if it obviously were touring and stuff like that. Now, talking to touring and everything, obviously going to watch other bands. Now, I'm going to name a few bands and just say yes if you've seen them play live or you wanted to see them play live. So I'm going to use your band influences here. So I'm just going to mention a name to shout out yes you've seen them or yes you'd love to have seen them. So start off then with Oasis.
Yeah.
You both seen them live?
I actually worked for the security in Cardiff.
Well, that's just showing off.
I couldn't get a ticket to the gig, so I went to Showsec in Cardiff and I said, look, do you need anybody to work? And they said, yeah, no problem. Do you mind standing backstage and making sure everybody's got passes? So I was stood backstage with everybody just walking past me.
Wow.
Brilliant. Better than the gig, that.
Well, absolutely, yeah. And you got to hear it as well. Okay, what about the Killers?
Yeah.
Yep. You seen them?
I was the Killers at the Manchester Academy before anybody even knew who they were.
Yeah.
Tonight, all the Killers knew who were they. Like, you don't say that anymore.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, great band. Love the Killers. I love the Killers. They are, I think, the whole band package. They've got a little bit of everyone, haven't they? Really. Absolutely. Okay, the Klaxons.
No, that's one band I haven't seen live.
No,
okay. No,
me neither.
No. Okay, right. The Rolling Stones. You've got plenty of time. They're still touring.
No, not yet.
I'll tell you an amusing story about that one. My mum's actually met Mick Jagger, and he tried chatting up with Mum. This was a long time before I was even thought of, but there we go. Right, the Stereophonics.
Yeah. Taff are both massive fans of Stereophonics.
They are fantastic.
Well, obviously being from South Wales, I saw them, when they were playing small venues, and I saw them in Manchester just before the lockdown, and Kelly Jones actually told a story of when they supported the Rolling Stones. Their drummer at the time was Stuart Cable.
Yeah.
Keith, what's his name? Keith
Richards.
That's the one.
Keith Richards.
Yeah, he only had one rule in his dressing room, and the rule was he had a shepherd's pie, and he was the only person to break the crust. But nobody told Stuart Cable, and he went in there with a big spoon and took a big chunk out of it.
I'm actually in a Stereophonics DVD in the crowd.
Yeah.
That didn't go down too well, I wouldn't have thought. Okay, we'll do one more then. The Foo Fighters.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought you might have seen them both, yeah. Good hard rock band they are, aren't they?
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to be sort of stereotypical here, but all of their songs have that real fast pace to it, I think.
Yeah. You get these questions on Facebook saying, what song always makes you turn it up as soon as you hear it? And pretty much any Foo Fighters song.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's not my cup of tea, I'm going to be completely honest with you, but I don't oppose them either. I mean, they are good. It's just not one of those bands that I would instantly sort of turn to if I really fancied something a little bit fast, a little bit heavy, and a little bit hard. I'm probably more of Who for me, Have you guys seen The Who?
No.
No.
Oh, well, get yourself sorted out then. It's two left, and they're still very, very good. I went to see them, and I've done a review on them 3 or 4 years ago now when I went to watch them do the Quadrophenia and More tour. That's just with the two of them, and the review went along the lines of fantastic, not bad for a couple of old age pensioners, and that actually won me so many critical remarks on that, and it was really, really good. So and they are both pensionable age, not bad for a couple of old fellas, really. Right, let's get on then. Track number 8 then on this brilliant album, and this is called Missing M. Now, is M a code word for something? Code letter?
Yeah. I wrote this song when Madeline McCann first went missing.
Okay.
It was a song about Madeline McCann, really.
And again, I used the heartbeat trick through it.
Okay, so repeats that one in there. Right, let's have a little listen to it then, because it's actually quite unique now we're playing it, because obviously there's been sort of further investigations. Obviously I don't want to talk too much about it, but it's interesting to see that the parents, whether you love them, hate them, or agree with what they've done or don't agree with what they've done, is still at the end of the day they've lost their little girl, and your heart goes out to them.
Like my daughter would have been some age, and it's like, you know what? that's what made me write it at the start.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. You know, what they've done, you know, it's open for interpretation. Whatever they've done, You know, at the end of the day, they still lost their little girl. And it hurts.
It's still a tragedy, whichever way you look at it.
Of course it is. Yeah, absolutely. It still hurts. Right, let's have a little listen. See, now this for me is such a powerful tune. It's sort of, you know, it sort of gets you, doesn't it? It gets you in the heart there, doesn't it? Really, guys.
Yeah, that line of having an empty space on the plane. That, you know, can you imagine being sat on that plane?
Absolutely,
and that seat's empty.
Exactly.
That
I mean,
really does get me that.
I don't think you could. I don't think you could really envision how that must feel. It must just. I don't know. It's really no words to sort of like even go down that path, really, is it? Because you just don't know how it would affect yourself if it happened to you personally. But
you just can't comprehend it, can you?
No, you can't. No, you can't. Not at all. And now, did you have to get any sort of special permissions for this one, or did you just go ahead and do it?
No, we just went ahead and wrote it, and it's really the early song we wrote, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, it was when it all kicked off with Madeleine McCann, wasn't it? So,
yeah.
Like we called it Missing Em, really. We thought that there's no mention to anybody in there, so it just.
Of course, yeah. I mean, obviously you don't use the name, so at the end of the day, it could be any one of the number of the media reports of missing children, you know. But it is very, very good.
The big dry read always makes the first page, so it's like it's just what you see in the tabloids, you know.
Of course, yeah. I mean, obviously, if it's out there, it's newsworthy. If it's been reported, then obviously, you know, you can do pretty much with that, you know. And obviously, you've done it good justice there. I mean, it's nice. It's sort of somber with a real sort of, you know, your normal sort of sound of bass and drums in there as well. And obviously, with the guitar stabs and stuff, it sounds great. And it's got a real sort of potent, you know, it really sort of hits you, doesn't it? It hits you between the eyes and obviously hits your heart as well, doesn't it, really, that song?
Yeah. But it makes you think, you can't be too harsh, you know, like I said, you know, whatever you think, you know, it's still a tragedy.
Of course it is, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, I've been reading, obviously, here. Now, I didn't know these things actually existed, but in 2009, I think you might know where I'm going with this, you went on to the final of the What Fest Battle of the Bands. Now, I didn't think these things actually existed anymore, but there you go, it did in 2009. And did you win?
We did, yeah.
Excellent, well done.
We got to open up on the stage.
Yeah.
And
Main stage, isn't it?
yeah, main stage. And I think Dodgy were headlining.
Oh.
And as we came off, we were like, oh, you know, we'd love to meet Dodgy.
Well, they weren't good enough, were they? They weren't good enough.
Well,
See what I've done there.
It was a couple of blokes sat in a van. and you just think, that could be anybody, you know. What's rock and roll, you know, just sitting in a van waiting to go on.
Well, absolutely, and I mean, obviously...
people think.
I remember the mud streamed on the stage, and it flooded, and the mud was just horrendous, and it's like, oh, yeah, can you put your amps on the floor there? It's like, yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, because we were the first band on, we managed to get out there before it got really muddy.
Oh my goodness me! Yeah, have you done? Have you been to a lot of the Glastonburys and things like that as well?
I've always done Leeds Festival and V's Festival, so I've never done Glastonbury yet.
Okay. So you've experienced the mud and the that side of things, have you?
Yeah, from the extreme mud to the intense heat in Benidorm in Spain.
I go to a tribute festival in South Wales, in Barry Island.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's called Glastonbury.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I've seen Guns N' Roses, Prince.
Wow.
So many good... I mean, they're all cover bands.
Yes, of course, yeah.
There's one band, and they do Stereophonics and Oasis.
Fantastic.
So they do the Stereophonics gig, go out back, get changed, come on, and then they're Oasis.
Now, I don't know if you can hear that in the background. Now, all I'm going to remember of this song now is two geezers sitting in a van wanting to go home.
Yeah. Yeah, not wanting to get their trainers muddy.
Oh my goodness me, that is so funny. But I remember this song when it first came out, and I thought, do you know, I instantly like it. It wasn't my sort of cup of tea, it wasn't my sort of tune, but I thought, it's just simplicity again. I do like a simple song, you know, and this one is simple, isn't it?
Yeah. All the good ones are.
All the good ones are. You're quite right there, my friend. You're quite right. Okay, let's put this one back in the background there. Okay, now I'm using a Rick Buckler drum solo that he kindly let me use, and me and Rick are really, you know, we've spoken to each other a few times. Now, as a drummer yourself, Paul, who do you inspire to, you know, to look up to when it comes to your drumming?
It's hard to say. You know, I just look at myself and think, can I do better? And the answer is mostly yes, I could, but like you said about you know, religion, you know, who do you believe in? But believe in yourself.
So yeah, you believe in yourself. That's really that's what you can do, isn't it?
Exactly. You know, you have control of your life. Nobody else does. So
yeah, absolutely.
You know, if you want to do it, do it. You know, nobody's going to stop you.
Of course, absolutely. Now, Steve, same question for you when it comes to your songwriting. I mean, who do you look towards when you're doing your songwriting? Is it Lennon McCartney, or are you a little bit more sort of like, you know, can I say, Ray Davis or, you know, David Bowie?
It's difficult there because I listen to so many different genres of music.
Yeah.
And then, for one part, I was listening to Florence and the Machine a lot, and I loved the lyrics that she used.
Oh,
so
fantastic.
I think it's like finding something that works really lyrically well. And then when it comes to like guitar,
yeah,
because we play quite a lot of covers sometimes as well. And being a 3-piece band, it's really hard to play music for bands that like sort of 5 or 6 piece. So it's trying to bring it all together so you get in all the rhythm and the solo bits intertwined. Because there's only me playing guitar, you see. So it's quite important that you're hearing everything that you would hear in a song usually.
Yes, of course, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so you try and figure out a workaround, and then you think, hang on a minute, that's not too bad, I'll pinch that.
Well, why not? Absolutely, why not? Okie dokie. Right, let's get on with this last 3 we've got on here now, because we're coming to the end of our interview, so we're going to have to speed through these ones quickly. Now, this one's called Wake Me Up. I'm pleased you didn't put the go-go bit at the end. That's great. Okay, and is it what it says on the tin, or is it a little bit more diverse? Because I know with you songwriters, what you write, it doesn't actually mean what it means.
This is a love song that I wrote from life a few years ago now, so...
She's into thrash metal, so...
Okay, lovely. Dare I press play on this with the volume up? Yes, let's do it. Well, that surprised me. There it is. It's just starting to get a little heavy now, but it's a nice little mellow start-up on that one. Was that just by accident, or was it always planned to be that way?
No, it's always planned to be that way. I mean, when we originally played this, we used to play it acoustically.
Okay.
And then when we became a 3-piece, we thought it was better just playing electrically, but then kicking with some distortion, and then we can like, do a solo bit and things like that in it as well. So.
Perfect answer. There we go. And you said it's a love song. Dare I ask who is it for, or shall we keep that remain that as sort of a secret? Go on, say that again. Sorry.
It's a book for my wife many years ago.
Oh, look at you. Okie dokie. Now, obviously, I mentioned the writing part, Steve. Now, when it comes to your singing as well, now, who do you look to, obviously, for your voice? I mean, obviously, your own voice is your own voice, but do you get any sort of, like, hints or tips from anybody out there in the singing world?
I do with I love something like gritty, so
Zippy from Rainbow.
Wow, I didn't want to say anything, Jeffrey, but yeah, no, I'm only joking. More like George.
I love the Hives. Their frontman's absolutely amazing. Is it Pete Howland? What have we got? I can't remember. But yeah, he's got an amazing voice, and same with Mick Jagger as well.
Yes, I think the Rolling Stones have actually got better as they've got older, and they are still getting older, apparently, ladies and gentlemen. The combined age at the moment, I think, is 938 between them all. I've made that up, by the way. I'm not very good at maths, but it's around about 900 and something. So what do you do to take care of your voice?
Drink.
And then throw up out the window on the van. Right, okay. I mean, do you do the ginger and the garlic and all of that sort of stuff?
No, if I suffer quite bad from hay fever in the summer, and I always get cold in the winter, so I always have some lozenges ready to try and sort things out.
There we go. Yeah, they didn't call him tunes for nothing, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. There's proof in the pudding there. And talking of one tune to another, this one is called A Piece of You. And I'm pleased I said that the right way. Easy for me to say. Piece of You, and not on you. Right, okay. So tell us a little bit about this track, please.
So this is when I first met my wife now. So it's really weird. We kind of like got together. And then she went on holiday for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then she came back, and I went on holiday straight away for 2 or 3 weeks. So yeah, it's kind of about that really, about a relationship starting.
What a great relationship! You got together and never saw each other, and you're still together after all these many happy years. Let's have a listen. I do like the opening track of that. You get up and you go down the pub. Not at the moment you won't, but come July the 4th, what will you guys be doing?
I think I'll be staying at home, but it's going to be carnage out there, isn't it?
I think so too.
It's going to be crazy.
Absolutely. And I don't think you can play Paul behind a perspex screen either. I just don't think it's going to be feasible, is it really? So I take it you guys are not going to go down the pub and look forward to that refreshing, cool glass of ale.
No,
well, if you put it like that.
Sounds good, doesn't it? As I said at the top of the show, most people are looking forward to that well-deserved pint. You've been waiting 100 odd days for it. I'm looking forward to a nice haircut. I'm looking like Neil at the moment. Come on! Honestly, the hair's going everywhere. Oh my goodness sake! And I've still got a baldy bit at the back. What's that all about? Why can't I cover it over? Oh my goodness me! So we're getting up to your last track, but before we play this one, now when lockdown has become unlocked and obviously everything sort of returns back to normal viewing, you guys out there obviously are keen to get out there and obviously play for the audience. But this question is for the pair of you. If you had free reign and you could see any band in the whole wide world for free, okay, the tickets are there, all you got to do is pick them up at the box office, who would you like to see and why?
Right. And we're both at the same time a bit.
No, that's a good question, man.
Anyone you want. They don't even have to be alive. Preferably alive would be better, but you know.
AC/DC,
yeah, AC/DC. That's one of the tribute bands I saw at Glastonbury, and they were brilliant.
Fantastic.
And the funny thing is, Steve turned up at my house earlier to do this interview with an AC/DC t-shirt on.
Well, there you are.
And I had my AC/DC t-shirt on as well.
Oh, so, you two are matching.
Yeah. So I said, like, I'm going to have to get changed now.
Oh my goodness me! Yeah, one of you has to. Come on, you both can't turn up wearing the same outfits. Come on. I mean, if you two are women, you'd be hitting each other around the head with handbags or something by now. You know what I mean? But you're best of friends. That's great. Okie dokie. So the last track then, and this is Always Be Around. I like this. I'm going to play it, and then we'll have a little chat at the other end of it. Here we go.
Doesn't matter how far away it take you.
And I gotta say now, I'm gonna leave this playing in the background because it's a beautiful song, but it reminds me so much of an Oasis track. I don't know if that comes across to yourself there, guys.
Yeah. I don't know which one, but I see where you're coming from. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got that sort of Oasis sort of style, that feel, the lyrics, the music, and everything. You know, it is very, very reminiscent of an Oasis track. Like you say, I can't put my finger on which one. Hopefully, ladies and gentlemen out there who are listening might be able to let us know at a later stage. You can just get onto Target Radio live page for presenters and listeners. That's you guys out there, and let us know if you think you can hit the nail on the head and which Oasis track does this really remind you of. But it's a nice track. I like it. And why? I mean, obviously you finished really on a real nice song here, and I'm not saying any of the songs are horrible, but this is a nice sort of, you know, I would say your roller coaster's dipping down a little bit here into some sort of a somber. Is it sort of like making you feel, I want to hear more of this?
Yeah, that's what it feels like, the mixture with mellow at the end. It's a song I wrote for my daughter.
Okay.
So my daughter was from a previous relationship, and her mother moved away with her, so I was trying to stop that from happening. Obviously went through all the battles, and eventually got full custody of her. So it was a song with my daughter, just as like saying, look, you know, when you're alright, I've got your back, kind of thing.
And always be around.
Yeah.
There we go, perfect. That is brilliant. It's a nice song, and I like it. When I first heard this, like I said, I heard it over the weekend when I was in the lorry. I was in the lorry listening to this, believe it or not, and it did actually get stuck in the CD player. I did get it out. I didn't use it. It did. I pressed the eject button. I thought, oh no, and then it came out. I thought, phew, it's temperamental, but it was nice. And I thought, do you know, after the couple of heavy ones in there, I thought I need something tender for the eardrums, and here it is. It's a nice song, and I wanted to ask you about it, and I thought it's got to be a sentimental one, and there you go. It is. I love it, absolutely love it, and I love you guys as well. I mean, sorry, say that again.
We put something really nice and gentle to wind the album down at the end.
Yeah.
Finish it, kind of thing.
Absolutely. Now, when you guys are out there performing and everything, who sort of consciously makes a decision on what track goes next? Is it something you sort of pre-plan, or is it something you play by ear, excuse the pun, or is it something you sort of like collectively think, right, I think this audience will really like this, and that?
Well, we usually plan it. We'll get in the practice room, we'll play through the songs. Usually a lot of it's worked around how tired Taff is after one of the really fast ones.
Yeah,
of course, yeah, absolutely.
And my voice is going to hang out for much longer.
Well, yeah.
There's one song that we put at the end of the first set. Is it Simple Minds, mate?
No, it's
Well, anyway, the song is it's called Rain, and it goes, here comes the rain. But by the time we get to it, Steve's voice goes because he just had enough by that point, and that's when we know, right, we're having a break now.
That's it. You need a couple of beverages just to loosen the vocal cords. Here Comes the Rain again. I think that was the Rhythmics, wasn't it?
No,
it's
you got me now.
It's not Simple Minds.
No.
I'm looking it up now. I'm actually on there now. I've no idea. Rain lyrics, there we go. It might come up on there. AJ Tracy, Rain. For goodness sake. Rain, AJ Tracy, the script.
No. Oh, God.
Thunder. Madonna, Adele. We'll leave it there.
Everybody's going to be screaming at the radio now.
Of course, they're going, oh, he's so and so.
I'm going to wake up 3 o'clock in the morning and go, it's that band.
Oh, for goodness sake. You could have remembered that one. Never mind. We'll find out. Let me know if you do come across it. Email it over to me, and I'll let all our lovely listeners know about it later. There you go. You've got a text message already.
Yeah, we've just had a text message off our bass player. It's the Cult.
Oh, of course it is. Oh, for goodness sake, you cover it as well. What you two like. Oh, dear. Now, I'll tell you what, you two are absolutely fantastic, and it's a brilliant album. Thank you very much indeed for sending it over to me, and let me review it with you guys as well, because I love doing these, and they're great. It explores, explores the psyche, explores, the music making sort of, how can I say, journey, I suppose, on each of these tracks, and they're absolutely fantastic, because sometimes people don't appreciate what goes into each song, and the heart, the soul, the tears, the blood, the sweat, and all of the other bits and pieces. It's not just about, you know, stringing a few sort of words together and playing some drums and bass next to it, and obviously with the guitars. It's far more than that, but sometimes it's less than that as well, as we've discovered this evening. You know, so it's been a real good journey. Now, lockdown is finished. We want to go and see AC/DC, but a little bit nearer to home. What are you looking forward to in the next coming weeks and months? What are you hoping for?
I don't know. Is there a light at the end of the tunnel? No idea.
Well, unless you live in Leicester, no. I do apologise for anyone listening in Leicester this evening. It must be really hard.
Yeah.
I'd like the sun to come back out. That'd be nice.
I think that's on its way, but I think it's going to be intermittent with cloud and rain as well, and possibly a snow shower and some wind. That's a couple of our British weather for the rest of the week or month. I'm coming into July. Come on, you know, we'll do some snow, aren't we? Oh my goodness!
We probably are.
Indeed. Now, when are you going into the studio next to record anything new, exciting, fresh?
But basically waiting for in the guy that runs our studio to give us the nod to go back into practice. We've not practiced for such a long time now, but it's been hard. Yeah,
just want to give a shout out to Owen. Our album is called Every Cloud because the studio that we recorded it in is called Silver Lining Studios.
Oh, there you are. So it's a nod to them, and obviously it's a great album as well. It's put together professionally. Like I say, it's a roller coaster ride of music, and there's some really, really good tracks in there. Some really hit you in the heart, some really hit you in the head. You know, and it is a good roller coaster of emotions, and the album is superb, and it really sets itself up nicely. All it sets yourself up though, you know, for a lot more work, because obviously people are going to go and say, right, well, we've digested that, we've eaten it, we love it, we've heard it, we want more. So obviously you guys in the future then, what's your sort of like immediate plans once the lockdown is lifted? What are you looking forward to doing next?
Well, get playing some of the songs that I've written during lockdown, and just try and make something more.
Yeah, just get back out there and start having fun again.
Absolutely. Yeah. And have you got anything sort of penciled in, anything sort of like on the horizon that you're hoping to manage to do, or do you want to keep that as sort of like secretive at the moment, because whether it goes ahead or not, we don't know?
We've got a festival in August, haven't we? Towards the end of August.
Yeah, we were doing a gig in Skegness, and that's being postponed till next year, so... Okay. We're definitely doing that.
Excellent.
But basically, you know, with all these venues that need as much support as we can, you know, we just want to get out there and say, look, you know, we'll quite happily turn up and play for you. You know, get the punters in. Let's have a party.
Absolutely. Right, and is there anyone that we've missed this evening you'd like to say hi to, or you know, if there's anything we've missed that you'd like to have a little shout out or plug?
No, I can't think of anybody. No.
I'll put you on the spot a little bit now. I do apologise.
You have a bit, because if I mention some people and forget others, then they'll be like, oh, why didn't you say my name? So,
that's it.
Yeah, he should have changed his ringtone by now.
Oh my goodness me.
Well, you
guys have been fantastic this evening. Now, obviously, for all of our lovely listeners that have just joined in, and you've missed pretty much the best parts of the whole interview, and obviously going through the album as well, which is called Every Cloud. This is Not Ned, and we won't explain how they got their name. If you missed that part, it's really, really quite. It's hit me right in the head. This one, I'll tell you now. Why didn't I see it? And I did. I saw it. I can see it now, and it's unbelievable.
It's right there in front of you.
It's there. I just needed to look at it in a different. I just needed to be sat upside down and back to front, and I would have seen it straight away. But you guys have been absolute stars this evening. Now, just to let you guys know, and everyone else that's listening this evening, I will turn this into a Mixcloud Listen Again feature for all of those that have missed it this evening, and give it a few weeks, and it will appear if you are subscribing to the podcast at Target Radio. If you're on iTunes, it will automatically, like magic, it'll end up in your little box there of your device that you listen to your podcast and feast your ears on. That will appear in the next sort of 3 or 4 weeks. All it leaves me really to say is, guys, you have been stars this evening. Thank you very much indeed.
No, it's been a pleasure, thank you.
No, you've been brilliant. And I'm just going to get the social distancing boys back in. Okay, they are 2 metres apart until Saturday. Then apparently they can go back down to 1 metre. That means I can get more into the studio. But hang on, here they are! And there are some girls there as well, but mainly boys. We have to be politically correct here at Target Radio, so we have to include a few girls. And all I've got to say is, you guys, may you long stay together and create some brilliant music. Thank you very much indeed. Okay, for now, ladies and gentlemen, not Ned, but it is Ned. I'm confused. Yeah. Steve, Paul, thanks ever so much for jumping on this evening. You've been stars, and thank you very much indeed.
Cheers, thank you.
No
Cheers.
worries at all. We'll see you soon, and stay safe, my friends. Stay safe. Take care. There we go. And they're gone. Thank you very much indeed for Paul and Steve there from Not Ned. And if you want to find out why they are called Not Ned, you need to have a listen again on our Listen Again feature, which will be ready at the end of this week. And that's your lot this evening. Thanks very much indeed for joining us, and thank you very much again for Not Ned for joining us this evening as well. We've overrun again, but I think you'll find it was really worth it. Stay safe out there. Tom Hilton will be our special guest next Monday. Take care for now, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye. And we're back, yes. And what did you think of that for an interview? Wasn't it great? We found out so much. Anyway, thank you very much indeed for joining us for the Target Radio podcast. I am your pod father. That is me, Cookie. Don't forget to rate us on iTunes if you can, please. If you think we deserve it, 5 stars, please. It does help with the future of Target Radio. Don't forget you can join me every single Monday from 7 through till 8, and then I'm back again on Tuesday 7 through till 9, and then Fridays as well, live here in the studios between 7 and 8. Check out all of our great shows here on Target Radio, and as I say, please, please, please support local artists and the Unsigned Band. Until next time, thank you very much indeed. Take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.